I just want you guys to look at each other. Can you actually cross your fingers? Yes. Can I see the other one? Your other one? Oh. You're fine. Yeah, I like this one. You're like, what?
Hi, I'm Catherine.
And I'm Jacob.
And welcome to Wedding Possible.
Hello.
Hi.
Today on Wedding Possible, we're going to talk about engagement photo shoots and how to prepare for them. So you've chosen your photographer, you have had your meetings with them, it's been going great, you love their aesthetic and how they do their photography, but now you have chosen a date to do an engagement photo shoot. So when you hire an actual professional photographer and they give you the engagement shoot or you pay for the engagement shoot, just know that going with a professional photographer, they're gonna know how to pose you. They're gonna know how to move from location to location, especially if they've been there before. They're gonna know where to go, how long it takes. So that way you get a best bang for your buck, and especially time for the time that you're there. I know for our photography session, we only had 2 hours to do all the photos, and so Zina was really good on keeping the pace and going and moving, so we're getting the different photos, and we got a lot of great photos out of this. And the fact that she was great at moving and did a really good flow through everything made it really work well for us. The end product was amazing. I couldn't be happier, honestly. But hire somebody who can work like that. Zina set a really high bar, I think, for us. And it was just a pretty much overall good time. And that's the next thing, is have fun with it. Don't try to make it like this serious thing. Just have fun with it. Be goofy, be yourselves. Because I think ultimately these photos are gonna be for yourself, not really for anyone else. As much as it's nice to put on social media, it's for you.
Yeah, and if your photographer is experienced, they should know how to pose you, but also make you feel comfortable and confident. And I think that's really important.
Oh, looking at each other. That's so sweet. I try so hard. No, you're good. You're good. I'm like a baby deer.
A lot of people worry about this point, but seriously, this is something that you're not going to be able to do again, and you should just enjoy it and have fun being together as a couple and having someone be able to record that. Yeah, just be happy.
Just have fun.
Have fun.
It's really not that hard to have fun. Unless you don't want to have fun, then that's on you, but we definitely had fun.
Yeah. So when you're putting together your inspiration, whether that be for your outfit or your location, I think it's really important that you be open and be able to share these with your photographer. So what we did is we actually created a Pinterest, like a shared Pinterest board with our photographer, and we all added our own images for inspiration. And also if we found anything that we liked or anything we wanted to ask her, we created a messenger chat group. And so that was really helpful, and it kept everyone in the loop and created a strong sense of communication, which I thought was very helpful.
Now it's time to prepare for that shoot.
And so the first thing that you would do is, if you have a wedding theme, you might want to take this into consideration. So for us, we're kind of doing like an Italian inspired theme, and so in our brain, we wanted to reflect that in our engagement photos.
So just because we did it based on our theme for our wedding does not mean that you have to. But we did find that it made it really easy for us to continue the aesthetic of our wedding through our save the dates.
Right, it's kind of giving your guests a sneak peek as to what the theme could be if you have one.
So the first thing that Catherine and I really started to do was we started looking at outfits that we wanted. We haven't really at that point, we didn't really think about a location, but we started thinking about outfits that we wanted to wear. We were given the opportunity to choose 2 outfits, one that was casual and one that was more made up. Formal, yes. So what we started to do was looking at inspiration for outfits, specifically through Instagram tags, but also through Pinterest, and even I think magazines too that we were looking at for some of the outfits. Not so much for copying, but just getting inspiration about what people are doing. We were looking at other photographers to see what they were doing and see if we saw anyone was doing something similar to what we're doing.
And not only looking at outfits, but also we discussed with our photographer how important it is to find similar poses to what we want for our shots. And so whether that be for a formal outfit and a specific pose or just poses that we liked and wanted to emulate. I'm in a bunch of bride groups, and so people are constantly posting questions about, oh, I have my engagement shoot coming up, what should I wear? So I was looking at different examples of people's outfits, so that was really helpful just to see what people's definition of casual versus formal was, because it might not have aligned with ours, and so just kind of trying to figure out what worked for us.
So we spent some time trying to figure out what the outfits we wanted to do. Luckily, we had a lot of stuff that we already owned, so we didn't really have to buy a lot. But Catherine actually went online to see if she could find a dress, lemon themed maybe, and she found a really good one, and off of Amazon of all places.
Off of Amazon,
and it looks really good for coming off of Amazon. I went to go look for a hat. I have a lot of hats, and I'm actually not wearing one, funny enough.
For once.
But I have a lot of hats, and I actually bought a hat, like a handkerchief to go around my neck, and that was it.
Yeah, I bought a headband to match my dress.
That's right.
I already had the shoes. Oh, I went barefoot for the second outfit.
Yeah, that's right. Second outfit, she went barefoot. For a casual outfit, I did buy a really nice linen shirt. It was a green linen shirt. I really liked too, and luckily these items are things that we can use rewear and not have to worry about the engagement shoot specifics. So I guess kind of think about that as well.
Yeah.
But we really wanted to tie in the old world aesthetic that we were going for, kind of like Catherine said, an Italian inspired type of wedding. So we really kind of aimed for that look a little bit, kind of an old-timey, old world, kind of keeping it with like a European vibe, but also with the California vibe. Mm-hmm. Because we're definitely in California, and I think ultimately what it came out to, I think it was like this weird mix of old-timey, modern, but like Hollywood-ish.
Yeah.
Like it's like this take on if Hollywood was in Italy, I guess.
I think one of the most important things when you're choosing your outfit is, one, you have to feel comfortable in your outfit when you're taking the photos. So if you're feeling self-conscious at any point when you're trying on your outfit, trying to decide which one you want to wear, I would probably reconsider something different. It's very important that you feel like you can look your best, and if an outfit that you tried isn't working with that, then just try something different. And if you plan ahead, then you have lots of time to try out different outfits. Or if you don't like something that you already own, you can feel free and buy something to try to change it up to fit your vision.
Definitely start planning this a couple weeks ahead, so give yourself time if you need to order anything online or even go to the store to buy stuff, especially during now where a lot of things, it's kind of depending on where you live, it's half and half, like things are going to be open or closed.
Or even let you try stuff on.
That's true.
So once you have an idea of what outfits you want to wear for your engagement shoot, the next thing you have to consider is the location.
And the location took us some time. It actually took us a few months to really pinpoint what we wanted. The ideal place that we wanted to do was not going to be available, A, due to COVID concerns, but also B, the cost, which was something that we didn't really consider. So as we were looking at locations, we started finding that a lot of places required permits in order to shoot there, even if it was just for engagement shoots. Well, some of these places were quite expensive, and some of them weren't, but they were more than we were willing to pay, or for even pay, just doing an engagement shoot. One of the places I really wanted to shoot at was a Huntington Library, and their engagement shoot permits, and those were, I think, like almost $1,000.
I think it was like $800.
Yeah, it was really expensive, and so we kind of were going back and forth, and I really, really wanted to shoot at Huntington Library. Then I thought maybe we can go shoot at the Descanso Gardens, which is another place out here that's a beautiful botanical garden, but they required a permit. And then there was
that was expensive too.
That was expensive as well. And then there were a few other places that we were looking at, but every place required a permit. And especially now during COVID, when they have only a limited amount of people, they can really track to see what you're doing. And we were kind of playing with it. Maybe we can like hide the camera and she can just shoot. But I think ultimately we gave up the idea on going to a museum or a botanical garden to get shots. And instead, we kind of were thinking about outwards now, something more public. So the locations that we chose, I would say I'm happy that I chose, was Old Town Pasadena, which has been one of my favorite places to go even as a kid. And Old Town Pasadena had a lot of great places. It's open during COVID, but they have a lot of little alleyways and a lot of old style structure with bricks and iron and flowers and vines. And I decided that that's like one of the greatest places to go. One of my favorite places in Old Town Pasadena was this long corridor I think Zina found, which had an Italian restaurant behind us. And it was this really nice way to walk through, and she took some really good photos of us. And just a few blocks down, it was a quick, 5-10 minute walk down, there's Pasadena City Hall, which is in itself is beautiful.
A lot of people go there, and so it's a super popular spot. We definitely got the shots we wanted, so we were happy about that. But yeah, we ended up driving because we were losing time based on sunset approaching quickly.
Having different locations to take photos in is key to really maximizing the potential of the location.
Yeah, and it makes it more interesting if you have different backgrounds. So if you're at a park, for instance, right? There's a lot of green, but then you might not have a lot of different options. Or same thing with the beach. Like that's one reason we didn't want to go with the beach shoot. Not only the fact that a lot of people in California do that, but that doesn't really fit our personalities either. We were looking for a certain aesthetic to fit our personalities, and I think we found what we were looking for, and we're really happy with the results.
We actually did a walkthrough a week before the wedding shoot, where we start marking down places that we would want to go shoot at, and we pass that on to our photographer Zina to take notes of it, where she wanted to walk and where she wanted to go.
Yeah, I think location scouting, if you have the time to do it ahead of time, I think it's completely worth it, and it could save so much time on the day. Because you have to take another thing into consider. If your photographer is like most, they're gonna want to shoot during golden hour, which is like an hour or two before sunset. And what that means is knowing that sunset's at a certain time, you have to allow a certain amount of time to get all of your shots done before the sun sets and the lighting changes.
I would suggest you as a couple would go out by yourselves and look for places that you would want to shoot at. Something, maybe you have a specific pose in mind, or maybe you like just the way that the texture looks on the wall, or anything like that. I would suggest you go take a notebook with you or you're on your phone and notate where it's at, what type of photo you want to take there, or
take photos with your phone.
Or even take photos with your phone and share that with your photographer. I'm pretty sure it'll help them a lot with doing the photo shoot in general, but also kind of giving them an idea of what you're looking for as well. I highly suggest you doing it a week in advance, maybe 2 weeks, however time you have, or maybe a day before, whatever can help you prepare for the engagement shoot. In addition to keeping the aesthetic, we also were kind of thinking and going back and forth with our photographer too about what we would want to have for the shoots. And our photographer Zina, who's amazing, you'll see the photos pop up. She mentioned that we should have props. A lot of people have props. So it took us a while actually to figure out what type of props we wanted to do. The first prop that we chose was a bunch of flowers.
Yeah, it was a bouquet.
It was a bouquet of flowers that we actually went that day to get at the flower market in downtown Los Angeles.
For one of the shots, we were suggested to look into the idea of doing a champagne popping toast for some of the shots. And so we did get a bottle of champagne, and we brought a picnic little setup to do like on some grass. And we brought additional objects that reflected our personalities. So he brought his old-fashioned camera. You don't need props.
No.
We're just extra like that. Okay, so for the brides to be out there, I know this is something that you've been thinking about a lot as well, which is hair and makeup. So what I was told from lots of people, and as well as the people in my brides groups talk about all the time, is the idea that maybe you should get your hair and makeup trial done by your makeup artist and see if that matches your style. And I think you can knock that out either then, so that you're prepared for your big day, or you can try to do your own makeup, which I did. I waited to the last minute, and the makeup artist that I wanted to book did not have time. So once you schedule your engagement session, you at least have a time frame for when you'd be able to schedule out your hair and makeup trial. If you don't have time to do it, you can always do it yourself. That is what I did. I didn't find a hair and makeup artist yet that I've decided to book. And I'm not someone who is very makeup savvy. I don't wear it all the time. And so I just honestly sat down, watched YouTube tutorials on makeup, and did my best. And I think I was pretty proud of myself. I was doing the makeup as fast as I could, a little last minute, but it worked out. My advice is either A, plan ahead, determine your hair and makeup artist, get your trial done, or B, have an idea of what you want your hair and makeup to look like in your engagement photos, because it might be different from your wedding day. So just be open to that idea.
And for me, hair, I just got a haircut. I think the day before.
And your mustache.
I got my mustache trimmed too.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy.
It was good.
If you want to be updated with what's going on with our wedding or just what's going on in our lives, please feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel, but you can also follow us on Instagram and even go to our website, weddingpossible.com. And then if you have any questions about the engagement photo shoots, or if you want to send us your outfits, please do. We would love to help you choose which outfits you think are the best. We already helped our friend kind of choose for her engagement shoot, so it's been pretty fun. So we like that kind of thing, and definitely don't hesitate to reach out to us. We'd be more than happy to help. And as always, is it possible? What is possible? Thank you for joining us.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, so I got this.
Just let it out.
No.
All the funny's out.
Let us. I got this. Comment below.
I thought you got it, fool.
I do.
I thought you got it. Uh-huh.
Let us know in the comments below which photo is your favorite. And as always, nope, we're not there yet.
I thought you got it.
What is it? Subscribe, right?
We just found that it was a lot easier for us to plan ahead and get our save the dates. Damn it, I forgot what save the dates were called.
Locations. Let's talk about locations.
We're not even done talking about the wine.
Oh yeah. You mean champagne?
Whatever. I got it for you.
Okay.
Let us know which one of the photos of us you saw that you liked, and comment down below.
I didn't catch that.
Alexa, oh no.
Shh, Alexa, shut up.
Don't say that. I wish that worked. Okay. Okay.
And that's it.
Cut the scene. Cut.
Oh, knees be cracking.
That'll be fun.